Hello, everyone. We're back. We've finished watching Dark Season 3. Some of us have watched it for the first time. Some of us have previously watched it and watched it again. If you haven't seen it, definitely stop the video and come back later once you have. We actually watched it. I looked it up when I posted the thread when I first put it up. It was 28 days ago.
Oof.
And we've talked before about how maybe some things are harder to remember than others in this show, like particularly when it gets complicated. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, that's
Does
a whole February
anyone,
ago.
yeah, would anyone like to have a crack at trying to briefly summarize what happened in season 3?
They made a multiverse.
I love
like
the look on
Marvel.
Cass's face right now.
It's a secret option number 3 that no one knew about until like 2
Yeah.
episodes before the end. And it turned out that was the problem all along. And everyone killed themselves, like either in the past or the future. And there was a murder trio.
Yes.
That's it.
What were the murder trio called? They were like the Origin or something, weren't they?
The unknown.
The
They
Unknown.
weren't. No,
But
they weren't the
they were-
Origin.
Yeah, they were the Infinity thingy, weren't they? That's
Yeah.
what they. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were at the center of the tree that spread out from there.
Yes. But yeah, so we covered that the older guy is in real life the father of the middle-aged guy,
Yeah, apparently.
which is
Which
very
is why they
odd.
look so similar.
Just like
And-
the episode that has Peter Carnwald, is that his name? No, Peter, the
Oh, no, the one you're talking about.
the psychologist. The
Peter
episode
Doppler.
that shows, yeah, thank you,
Doppler,
Peter
yeah.
Doppler. That shows a younger version of him is the actor's actual son.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
That's quite good. Yeah, I could see that.
We kind of
Aw.
introduced him, and then,
He's
in the
there.
same episode that he dies.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
can
was
we
a
talk
really
about that?
sad death.
Yeah, that I was so
I
I
was
thought
sad.
I remember every time I watch it, I'm like, he's gonna do it this time. He's gonna survive. I really want him to.
Yeah, no, that was really sad.
So way back in
He
season
does
1,
in the
we were...
true in true
The
world.
true
or-
timeline. Yeah,
yeah, he does survive. So
yeah. There's that at least.
Way back in season 1, we were kind of sus on him, and yet here you are in season 3, sort of feeling bad when he dies.
Definitely.
So, is there
He was
anyone in
still
this
pretty
season
murdery.
that you felt died and deserved it?
Most of them.
I can think of one big one.
I wish
There were a
Hannah
lot of
died.
deaths.
You know who wasn't dead at the end?
Cheetah Dad
Hannah.
and Hannah. Hannah
Hannah
got
and
like
Bullock both. There you
die.
go.
Oh yeah, she
That was a surprise when that happened. Well, to me
At
it
the-
was
at
when
the
I first
end,
watched it.
Hannah did also die. Like
Yeah.
bad Hannah died, and then the Hannah that didn't go through the Ulrich situation lived.
Yeah, because Ulrich basically didn't exist anymore. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was none of that obsession or thinking she had magic powers or anything like that.
And she ended up with the guy with, and we nearly find out what happens to his eye.
Voila.
Walla, yeah.
The fact that they like it was so clever, but it killed
Yes.
me watching it happen. I was like,
Some of our
"Are you
previous
kidding me?"
videos we sort of talk about, they explain nearly everything. That was the,
That's one of the
thing they
things.
don't explain.
But like I feel like my biggest questions were the ones that didn't get answered. Like what was the point of the 80s room? Like they never explain it. They never explain what he's doing with those kids.
Oh, that's an interesting point. Does anybody want to take that one on?
Thought it was another way for them to generate the black hole, the teleportation part of it, while the other things were out of order that weren't working.
I
So
took
like
Does that
after
make
Janet
sense?
smashed the hole and broke the tunnels, that they were trying to build a new time machine, basically.
and they were using the kids for testing.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
will notice them missing. It's fine.
Because
So
was that the
they were
basis
just-
for the time machines? That was
Yeah.
the start of it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So that was the research that ended up being the portable time machines.
Yes.
Was it the portable one or just no? Because that's right. No, the one with the big ball they actually figured out way in the past.
One of
Okay,
the things they talk about that is maybe not obvious, I just posted an image in our Darkfall Spoilers channel, but that it's actually basically just generations of the same time machine for the most part. That because over many different episodes, we sort of see lots of different iterations of it, but it essentially goes from something that's relatively rudimentary to something that's obviously a lot smaller
And
and more
because
compact later.
we're playing with time that isn't linear, it can happen out of sequence as we would think of it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Its
Yeah.
development?
Yes, I'm going to say yes to that.
I think so.
And that it has to happen at some point for the rest of it to run full circle. Like how giving that machine to the clockwork guy, what's his name? The one
Tannhaus.
Tannhaus, yes. Make that go full circle. That it was him that created it, but he got it from the past, if that
So
makes
that's
sense.
how he figured out how to finish the one that he was
Yeah.
building.
Okay.
And he got the and
I
don't
don't
forget he
know.
got the plans for that from Ulrich, wasn't it? Oh no, it was from older older Jonas.
He got the
Middle-aged
plans
Jonas.
Claudia and the
Yeah.
machine.
Oh, okay, that's the one. Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know if we've helped answer your question about that room though, Cass.
I honestly don't feel like it. Like, why the zappy thing over the eyes? Like, why do they have to kill the kids? Are they trying to kill the kids, or are they hoping that one goes through alive? Like,
Clearly,
so
one
many-
child did go through alive. They succeeded on the third or the fifth attempt.
I think they were
Because-
iterating on the machine, trying to get the machine to work.
And they didn't want to try it themselves until they'd somehow found out.
Well,
that
they
it-
know in advance that it fails because they already know that those specific children die,
Turn up dead. Yeah.
but
But they still have to do it.
he'll have to do it to get
the
the
final.
machine that works well enough to send Helga back to where he's supposed to be from.
Oh, you know what's
Because
fascinating?
it's on Helge that it's worked.
They knew which kids to test with because they knew which bodies turned up.
were
Yeah.
found. Yeah.
Oh,
And where to
that's
put
kind
them.
of twisted. Those kids were dead before they were even born.
It's the same circular logic as the whole rest of the show.
Another thing that's really twisted is that Noah, who ends up with Elizabeth, if I'm getting the names right. Remember way back, and
Is the father of Charlotte.
Yeah, like when she's still a kid, and like Yasin's almost like her first little boyfriend,
Mm.
and then he
She
goes
sees
and
him on the road.
organises for her first little boyfriend to go to
Disappear.
get killed, and then he
Mm.
ends up, having a child with Elizabeth later.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
was the same time when she walked home in the rain and he found her and he gave her the
And
pocket
talked
watch.
to her. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I like
spooky,
all the
like
yourself.
going to your wife as a child and being like, "Hey,
You
how are
reckon?
you going?" Not to
By the
suggest
way,
that.
I'm a friend.
Pardon?
Sorry, say that again.
Hey, how's it going? I murdered your boyfriend. Want to get married?
Yeah.
I can't have any competition. You might end up
also-
liking him more.
At the end, where it's Elizabeth and Charlotte who take Elizabeth's baby as well, I felt that was a bit just their way of just tying up that little knot to make it all kind of make sense. I think that was just a bit too offhanded kind of thing. It was a bit too neat.
Well, they had to make
That didn't
sure
seem
that
right.
all of the things that happened did happen.
Happen.
So I think it's kind of
and I
twisted.
said that episode was quite full on though, where you're getting what's the in between part, wasn't it? Was that what it was called? That episode?
Okay, sure. I don't remember the episode names.
It was the parts in between or something.
Okay. Yeah, one of those episodes where they went through lots of timelines.
Yeah, where we find out what happens to the other characters.
While we're just talking about this, I do want to just mention that I took some quotes down from the season 2 recap, and at one point Cass says, "I don't know if Charlotte's been taken back in time for her own good, like for her safety or something, or if she's been stolen at some point."
Oh, stolen.
I was very impressed when you said that.
Nelly says, "I reckon Adam stole her." Nelly.
Oh, Nelly.
Pretty close. Yeah, they were just good ones. Another interesting
herself
quote.
stealing herself.
Oh, sorry.
I liked it. It was her older self stealing her younger self. Did she know it was herself stealing herself?
I think she already knew that she was Elizabeth's daughter, so yeah, I think she must have known.
Okay.
She realised that if she didn't take herself back in time, she would never have Elizabeth.
And be her what comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. It was one of the things that had to happen.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, please continue.
Another great quote, remembering that we sort of ended season 2 with, we just, Martha had just been shot in the house, and then Alt Martha appeared. We didn't know anything about the second world, really, but let alone a third world. And Cass said in the season 2 recap, wouldn't it be interesting if maybe it's a world where Ulrich chose Hannah?
Next minute.
In the season 2 recap, before you'd seen any of that world, that was a good get.
Oh, thanks. I forgot I guessed that.
But he also had another wife and was cheating on Hannah, but
Yeah.
Just cheated dad protocol.
Cheated dad, gon' cheat.
But remind me, in the alt world, oh god, I've forgotten her name. His wife in the normal world, what's her name? Katerina, had been with him.
Yes.
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 They
Okay.
had an affair, and
together.
he'd knocked. I assume he'd knocked Hannah up, and that is what had caused.
And then he
him
left
to leave
Katerina. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
Well,
then
had more than
affair
one
with
kid, right?
Charlotte.
I mean, had several kids.
Yeah. All
still.
3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't just knocking her up. Well, presumably.
And
otherwise,
then to move
a
on
repeat
to Charlotte.
incident.
No, I mean he'd knocked up Hannah, and that's why he'd left. Katerina,
Oh, sorry, Hannah.
Like
Yes.
do the honourable thing, or whatever men think.
Men, huh?
I'm not going to try and defend it. I think we're too far gone.
Aren't you glad he's sitting in the same room as you?
Yeah, has he got anything to say?
Don't have any context.
Can we talk about Katerina and her mother?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't pleasant.
Mm.
Yeah, we find out where how the
body in the lake
medallion
came from.
Well, and the medallion, how that does the rounds as well.
Mm.
Because that was the same episode as the one where you find all the other bits in between. The other.
That was really sad that the mother actually succeeded in killing her. Like that is
traumatic.
It was shocking.
Mm.
Like, and
Yes.
and as it's happening, and they let that scene go for long enough that I
Yes,
think
and
you realize
chasing her and everything.
you have time to think about it and think about the fact that this was probably Katerina's massive fear. And this is the reason why Katerina probably, even though she didn't want kids or anything, like went to Ulrich as soon as she could. Like, obviously they're high school sweethearts who got married out of high school. Like that was her out. And like to get away from her mum. And then you realize that in the end, her mum manages to kill her anyway. Like it was just awful and poetic and not at all expected. I think even in a show where the thing that you expect to happen doesn't often happen, that was still such a surprise that Katerina didn't come out of that fight the victor.
I remember watching that scene thinking to myself, I'm not sure I like any of the possible outcomes from this scene.
Yeah.
Either Katerina's going to kill her own mother or her mother's going to kill her. This is not good.
And as soon as they got to the lake, you're like, oh, a lady was found dead. Kind of thing.
You did remember that?
And then there was more the necklace that twigged it, because that was what it was. Because wasn't it naked? What's her face coming out of the water talking to
Francesca or whatever?
Yeah. It was that point. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was the same necklace that Jonas found on the beach that he gave to Marta.
And that's the same necklace that exists in multiple places at the same time.
So her daughter ends up with a necklace that she had when she died.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you said poetic. There's a lot about it that's poetic. And like you say, right back in season 1, she says she doesn't really want to have kids, and also back in 1, I think it is, where Hannah, accuses Ulrich of, raping her, and partly the reason why the policeman thinks it happens is because she's,
her mum beat her
sort of looks beat up, but it was actually her mum.
Yeah.
She obviously didn't tell that to the cops. Like, she could have said, like, oh no, like, my mum did this. But she obviously protects her mum.
Which would also be very difficult, yeah.
Yeah, so she obviously protects her mum by not telling, but at the same time condemns Ulrich.
Mm. Yeah, so he had that on his record forever after that. I wonder how he became a policeman.
Yeah, like, I don't know, the German, like, justice system, I guess.
Normally we're ragging on the American system.
There's a lot to rag on there.
Isn't there also a thing with... You go.
Sorry, the whole Hannah and... What's his name? The policeman?
Waller.
No, the old policeman. Their affair.
What is that?
Egon. Yes, and that and that Hannah's second child is the one that the names are just
Celia.
Yes.
You only find out her name in the episode she dies, so don't worry.
But you do know, because when they showed us the big family tree thing, she's the name of the only person we don't think we've seen, and the main character that we see constantly popping up that is unnamed has always been her. So I made that connection earlier. Yeah.
In the chat at the time, as to whether or not any people sort of stopped the show at that point and had a good hard look at the tree, or whether they just sort of let it pass. And yeah,
because it was her name that was unconnected to anything. It's
a really interesting choice, like as far as how they make the show. I reckon, as to whether they think about the people who would stop and look and the people who wouldn't, and making it sort of work for either.
Well, they didn't accidentally lie in the floor about...
They lied on purpose.
Yes. Yeah, they carefully put a red herring in there for the people who didn't.
Bartosz, that's his name. Yeah.
Wasn't there also a thing about Katerina's mum where, when Hannah goes to where she's about to have an abortion and Katerina's mum is there... So that when she ends up seeing Katerina later from, who time traveled, it's almost like she thinks it's the child she aborted or something.
Yeah.
I completely missed that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't watching it again, but I don't remember picking that up at all. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't pick up that it was Katerina's mum. In that place, I didn't realise.
Yeah, when Hannah goes in there and she's about to have it, and she's talking to another woman who's there, and she even goes in and sees or you see her go in and see the doctor. I think, which also
she's assuming Katerina's name as well, talking to Katerina's mum, and that's how she gets the name as well. She said, "Oh, I like the name." That's right. God. Yes.
So so you can imagine being Katerina's mum and thinking, oh, what's happening? She thinks it's some sort of like devil or something.
Did we want to talk about something that happened in season 2 that they didn't really explain? that we didn't know, basically, and that is early on in season 2, we see the guy get killed by Noah with a pickaxe. So we now know who that guy he killed is.
I can't remember.
It's Bartosz, his own father.
So Bartosz as an old one, wasn't it? No,
Well,
He's
it was
kinda
in
middle-aged.
old-timey when they
middle-aged.
were.
Okay,
Yeah.
after his wife died with
Yes.
this giving birth to Noah's sister.
You don't
But his
remember that,
name-
Cass?
his
You're
real
looking
name's
around the
not
room.
Wait, is Bartosz? So Bartosz and Celia were Noah's parents?
Yes.
Yeah.
God, so he killed his own dad. Does
Yep.
he know at the time? He's quite young. He hasn't gone through.
I don't think so.
Does he know
but
it's his father? He totally
he
would
would
have
have
known.
known.
Yeah, he does.
He would have
should
known.
know it's his dad. Holy
That's his
Yeah.
contemporary dad. Like,
such a bad person.
there's no time travel involved. Of like, that's his dad.
Yep.
So that's how
But
much
his
he
older
believes
self
in the
told him to do
cause.
it, right?
No. Wasn't it Jonas / what's his face
Adam.
that told him to do it? Adam, yeah.
Adam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Adam tells him to do it, and then he says something like, "Oh, so it's you," or something like that when he turns around and realizes
Because he knew. Because he
that
wanted
he's
to
about
leave.
to kill him.
But it was also older Noah at some point prepared younger Noah for the things he knew he had to do or something. And there was things he kept from him so that he would be able to accomplish those tasks in the early part of his
Yes.
life.
I don't know about you, but if I was Noah, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I hope my kid doesn't end up killing me like this.
And he tells him,
Explain what the murder trio are doing either. That's the other thing that killed me. Like, what are they doing? They're just running around killing people. I'm sure it's
No,
for
they're
a reason.
serving the old Martha's timeline.
Hmm.
They can't hear you, sorry.
4.
what for?
To make sure it always happens as it should be on their point. So the murder trio are basically the Noah of our one, if that makes sense.
They're like
Oh,
assassins, just like running around killing all the people who could.
Who were
What?
supposed to
'Cause they
die.
don't.
Yeah, so
But
they're
they
the
don't know
And also-
because
And also make sure that the plant gets approval and so that it exists. And
so it's basically they're making sure the things that need to happen again.
I don't know why they need to be so creepy about it, but
Yeah.
no. Why do
But
all
also,
3
it
of them
happened.
have
Why
to
does
be
anyone
there?
have to
And
make
what do they do when they're not there? Are they always together? Like, how does that happen?
They're having a group bubble bath or something. I don't know.
you're right. They don't explain that.
They just need
and
to
they
be
say that
beside
they're
themselves.
alone, so they've been raised without Marta. Like, they haven't been raised with her, according to themselves.
There was that scene when they actually met them, isn't it?
When they met what?
When they met their
Yeah,
parents.
And the kid goes and gives her a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But doesn't she, like, kiss them all and send them through the portal or something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I felt like
Not
maybe
that
she
kiss
had
them all,
spent some
but
time
yep.
with him. The kid version.
She has this scene where she's like,
Oh, the kid hugs
can't
her
remember
when
if-
she just finds out she's pregnant with him. That's right.
Oh, so he's just hugging himself. Weirdo.
Yeah.
And
He's
then,
talking to himself to be true.
it's just super not explained. It doesn't make
Absolutely.
sense. It's like, why are you here? Like, why? And that's Martha's whole like thing is like that she kills Jonas so that her baby can live. But
Yep.
like her baby's a shit. So I don't understand why.
That doesn't stop lots of other people.
Like,
Yeah, but these
she's
people are time
met the
travelers, so
baby.
they
She
know
knows
the
it's a
babies
murdering shit.
turn out.
Like,
Because that's how she made it. Pretty much. That's a lot of conditioning right there. There's definitely no nurture in that one.
I don't know. It's weird because they say that they don't have anyone, or that like no one raised them, or they raised themselves. They say something like that.
I
at
feel
one
like they
point.
just had to condense a lot of the second universe's happenings really quite quickly, just to similarly mirror the other one. But because we didn't have as much length of time as previous,
What
Yeah.
did we
But
think
the
of the
stakes
parallels
weren't.
between the alt world and the first world that we'd been
flip-
watching for the first 2 seasons?
I liked
Oh.
yeah, spot on.
It was magnificent.
And then the third way, because how they were differently. So the third one I remember was the brighter colours, and one was always rain and one was always mist.
Yeah, so I appreciated reading about them after the fact when I did not notice them remotely at the time.
But you did notice all the different characters, right?
How they just slightly changed them. So, like, what was the older sibling? The boy had the black hair, and he was more tattooed. And
How did you like kind of weird
She was
Bartosz
the-
sort of wearing the bow tie and stuff? He was sort of like a totally different Bartosz in World 2.
He's a goody two
It's
shoes, Bartosz.
Dead mum.
Can we talk about how I've been saying all along that Claudia is my favourite character? And now you know why.
yeah,
She figured it
why,
all
Ben?
out.
Say why.
She figured it all out, but my favourite part about her figuring it out is that she realised she was getting played and then turned the tables by killing
played
her
both
alt-world
sides.
self and then imitated.
assuming it.
Yeah. I thought that was like,
Yeah.
oh, gee
But
willikers.
how hard is it to her fortitude to be able to live with she being the only person that knew all this information and just having to feed little bits out to make certain things happen so that what she needs to come about happens. It must have been very
Including
isolating.
getting
Tronta to kill her own daughter.
Tronta
yeah.
Yeah.
to kill her daughter.
and
Yeah.
make him
Well, to
believe
finish
that it
her
was.
off.
But she wasn't Tronte's daughter.
No, it totally
She
not.
just made him assume it was all this time.
Yeah, she never denied it because she sort of
Mm.
needed him on
Hit him to think
on
that.
call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which ends up kind of
Believe
being
how
the
long
key
their
to
affair went
everything.
for.
It went for a little while, yeah. Across the ages.
All
Yeah.
the cheaters. All the cheaters.
Well,
And-
honestly, if they didn't have the cheaters, we wouldn't have such a broad family tree. And a
Were you
huge
happy
amount of
with
characters
Ulrich's
disappear at the end.
ultimate fate?
I
Trying to
can't
remember what it
remember it.
Oh,
Does he
he
just stay
thinks
in the nut house?
Yeah, because he thinks Katarina's coming for him, and she dies and never turns up.
And then
Yeah.
he escapes, doesn't he?
Mm,
And gets shot, if I remember correctly.
Does he?
I don't think so. I think he just.
I can't remember. Maybe, or maybe he just stayed in there. I
No,
forget.
he just stays by the door waiting for her, and she
Yeah.
never comes.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I completely misremembered
Yeah.
that.
So Hannah comes back and then leaves him, and then Katarina comes back and says she's going to
She'll
get
be
him
back.
out the
Be right
next day.
back. Yeah.
Yep. And she'll be back any moment now. Any
So
moment
he
now.
really
Oh,
rots. Hey, it's funny, funny.
Is that a Dragon Ball Z T-shirt?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
He's in his muscle era.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
So- Let's go with what Michael's got on his screen
Oh,
behind him.
I've got.
Oh, you've got more points?
Oh
before we
no,
get
go.
there?
You go for it.
I really liked how it finished and how it all tied together with the third world and them being
Okay.
able to affect it and being in that spot, and how it all kind of mirrored how they saw each other as children in whatever that is behind you. What you'd time? I don't know. Space? The space
Sure.
in time?
The final frontier.
Yeah, I liked how it was all tied neatly in a bow. And how they all slowly disappeared. The fade out at the end, how they all just slowly disappeared as their origin no longer existed, and then they were left
to one of
with the
Uwe's
people
favourite
who
songs
were
in
not
the
all
show,
connected.
What a Wonderful World. He plays that to this day.
But it was a
Um,
really good pick song for it, though. It's
Yeah.
so poignant.
Yeah, it was very poignant. And that line that he says, what does he say? We're perfect for each other.
Yeah,
He says that all the time as well. Not to me,
it's
clearly.
like
but
we are always perfect. Yeah,
He just likes saying the line.
And so Adam, even though he goes, does heaps of horrible stuff, he ends up kind of being convinced in the end, and
Because Claudia
helps.
talks him through it.
Yeah, and helps it come about.
Because
And that
when she appears at the end, when he thinks, oh, okay, we're going to go, it's all going to be over now because he's just killed Marta.
Yes, and
Yep.
he's doing the.
He's-
He's
yeah, it's like,
trying to make
was-
something happen, and it's
Is this
not
thing
happening.
on?
And he's like, what?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and that's when Claudia appears. And if I remember correctly, she takes him to some places and tells him the things that need to happen. But yeah, again, Claudia being awesome. Just saying.
and that in the end, both of them sort of have to sacrifice each. They both have to sacrifice themselves in order for
it to come
the
about.
origin world. Yeah,
Hmm,
and that
not
they've
sure-
sort of
not sure I
both
could do that.
been fighting. They've kind of been fighting against each other the whole time, sort of in opposite, almost doing the same thing. Like they've both sort of been keeping it going, but against each
It was
other.
interesting that Martha wasn't included in that kind of that circle of finally that revelation kind of thing.
Yeah, who do we think is more extreme? Alt Marta or Adam? So we spent more time seeing the
Adam.
results of Adam's work. We spent 2 seasons with him. So we only got 1 season with Alt Marta.
I
Who
don't
do
know
we
that
think-
one's any better than the other necessarily.
I just want to know, which one do you think is more batshit crazy?
I feel like Eva has more information and does stuff anyway.
But she's also getting fed information by from Claudia, pretending to be her alt self as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but like Jonas is constantly like trying to like he thinks that he's doing stuff differently each time.
But he's just doing the same thing each time.
Related more.
Whereas Marta knows she's doing things the same each time.
I think it's crazy that that Jonas turns into Adam after everything that Adam has done to Jonas. Like that's and then the fact that you don't really see it, like that character, like middle-aged Jonas is so prominent in especially season 1, and then he just kind of and 1 and 2, and he kind of fades off in 3 and is just left doing whatever. Like he doesn't really do.
This is actually
anything.
a perfect time to talk about the fact that there are 2 Jonases.
Yes, because as soon as Alt Martha takes Jonas to her world, then he's out of his previous Jonas circle of life kind of thing.
Yeah, so we've got the Jonas who got stuck in the past, who created the time machine, who was hideously scarred from radiation and everything, who ends up being Adam. But we have another Jonas as well.
So the Adam Jonas and the middle-aged Jonas are not actually the same Jonas. Is that what you're saying?
They diverged
one
at one
that-
point, didn't they?
And that one dies
Yep.
when
Yep.
Marta kills. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, I hate it.
fuckboy Jonas because he knocks Marta up.
And it's kind of amazing how quickly the show goes on to that. It makes it even more complicated with that sort of Schrodinger's cat thing. Because I mean, at the end of season 2, they've introduced a whole another world, as if we haven't already got enough on our mind. But then it's only about 3 episodes later that they start. Not that you know it at the time, but they have this. They start sort of feeding you bits about these diverging timelines, and they're feeding you bits where it's like, okay, but if based on what we know, that doesn't make sense. Like Jonas should know that X happened, but Jonas back in the past is saying,
He doesn't.
that didn't happen. So how does that? They sort of deliberately introduce that extra element that confuses you. Within the space of about 3 or 4 episodes, they go from second world to
But by then, we're all
Alternate
completely
world.
open to it. Because we're
Like,
already
there are
down
no
this rabbit
rules.
hole.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it can't get more crazy than this. Actually, it can.
And then just a little bit after that, they introduce the origin world as well.
Yeah, and then it's all Townhouse's fault
Mm.
for
Well,
spiraling
he
up
just
to
wanted his son to
and-
survive.
Yeah.
But-
I loved how simple it was in the end. Like, it wasn't some big heroic, like, wild, like, you know, running in the nick of time thing. It was
Yeah,
just...
like doing
Chariots of Fire.
the Jonas run and traveling to the alt world with Marta at the last minute. That one.
Yeah. It was
Trying to
just
get her at the
literally,
airport.
like, make the car turn around and we're good. Like, it was so cool.
Yeah,
And I
Just
do
wanted
like-
it so bad.
And it was at that T-junction spot again. Just that spot that we always go back to.
Is that where the bus
the-
stop was?
Yeah, the bus shelters on the the T part of the vertical part.
Yeah.
They were on the horizontal line. Yeah.
Yeah, they were on left and right, and then ended up being in the middle in the origin world.
Yes.
Was there anything that you guys saw on the, third run through that was new?
It was second for me for season 3, but because I was listening to that podcast where they were talking about everything, like just like talking about everything, I was sort of looking at the things that they had mentioned in this podcast, like some of which was definitely there, and some of which was just them like coming up with wild theories that didn't make sense at all. But there were definitely things because of that. But I don't know that I noticed any very much myself that was different. Just kind of
we all
appreciating
noticed
it,
the
I
absence
think.
of the war as well. They did very well getting around that. Because, yeah, I think it was Lee, you said as soon as you introduce the war, then you've got to make it all about kind of, not all about it, but make it, what did you say in the dark? Full
Yeah.
spoilers.
Just
So
that
once
it
it's
would,
introduced, then you've got take away from it, I think.
yeah, then you kind of
You
have
can't
to
just mention it. You have to actually make it part of the story.
like
Yeah.
deal with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just like casually mention Nazis. And
Yeah. And then move on.
What do you mean? I do it all the time.
I just, all I can see is Faulty Towers, is the don't mention the war.
And an American show wouldn't necessarily feel like it had to go and address, every conflict that they've been in, or yeah.
Oh, they definitely don't, that's for sure. They think some of the stuff doesn't never happen. Willful ignorance.
So all the angst and all the hurt and all the people that got killed and everything because of what Townhouse sort of created with the machine, because he wanted his son back so much, and yet in the end he actually gets what he wants. Like it was successful.
Did you say Townhouse?
Townhouse.
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
I thought it
If that's
sounded
what I
like you
said, I
said
didn't mean to.
Townhouse.
Thanks for taking away from my point.
Sorry.
But yes, definitely that is, yeah, it did work, you're right.
Yeah, at least someone got what they wanted. Just had to destroy 2 universes, whatever.
Well, the people who were outside the incestuous family tree loop thing, they all seem to be quite happy.
Yeah,
We
think
did actually talk about that in the season 2 video as well, by the way. Like someone was sort of talking about the knot. I forget who it was, but then I said, I deliberately asked the question like, so who's not part of that sort of cycle? And some of the names that got suggested were Walla, Claudia, and Alex. So Alex doesn't end up appearing in the origin world, but the other 2 were correct. And we also had Katerina and Hannah.
And Benji?
Benny?
And Benji, yeah. Benny.
Yep.
Yep.
And they end up together.
Yeah.
Benny's Waller's brother,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doppler and yeah.
And Peter, yeah.
Yeah, one of Ui's favourite moments in that final episode is when Hannah says that she likes the name Jonas. He's like, yes, Jonas lives on.
And I'd like to hope that because all the stuff didn't happen, that she was actually turned out to be quite a decent human being.
Yeah.
Some people are just like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath.
Chemically made that way, yeah.
I don't think I can
It was sort
that
of like
easily
in the
forgive her.
absence of.
Of
It was
Ulrich,
almost like
basically.
the creation of Ulrich. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that scene though where Adam kills Hannah is like visceral. Like he hates her so much.
Yeah, he blames her.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
know.
In front of the daughter.
Well, the daughter
Yeah.
was
That's
sleeping.
right.
I think,
And then
wasn't
Yeah.
he picks her up
Yeah,
and
but-
takes her through the
but
thingy.
still.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I don't know that the show earned that hate, to be honest, because it's not really like Jonas is chill with his mum. Like they have that scene in the kitchen where they're sitting next to
Uh-huh.
each other and stuff. They're pretty chill together up until
Yeah.
like middle-aged Jonas. Like I suppose she steals his time machine. Maybe that's what he's so shitty
Yeah,
about.
and there's also
But he's sort of-
he blames
yeah, go on.
her for getting stuck in the past. That's what it's all about. You stole
He's
my
not
time
doing it out
machine.
of revenge or anything, though. He's just doing it because he knows in the worlds he's seen that she doesn't live. She's not a part of it, and he thinks that Eve is potentially using her against him.
Wow, I didn't consider that.
If I remember right.
I just took it as a
I-
fit of rage.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just he sees her as surplus to what is supposed to happen, and he's just so used to thinking about things as this needs to happen for X to happen.
People are disposable.
Like he could have easily just taken his sister out of that room and chucked her through the portal, and what would Hannah have done?
Hmm.
And I did like that the reason why he is disfigured is from his cell degradation from radiation.
Yeah,
But
it's all
I'm
the
impressed
testing
that
of that his machine, trying to get it to work, slowly
Yeah,
killing
and then-
himself.
All his passages through it as well, and
He
But-
must be in his 80s because he's in his 50s when he's middle-aged.
Martha looks similar. I'd say 70s. She's still got color in her hair, I think.
Well, it's
Did she?
33 years is every loop.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
66 plus 17.
There you go.
Mm.
Young
But-
spring chicken.
The thing is, though, all the people that got the killing dose of radiation through Chernobyl, they pretty much died because their bodies couldn't hold together. Basically, so I don't understand how he was able to be so upright and mobile when
He was very upright.
Yeah, well, it feels like that they just chose that it would be his external skin organ would be the only thing to degrade. Everything else would be still functioning.
I thought it
Whereas-
was mostly the like electric shocks constantly like
Yeah.
down his skin, and that's what like
Oh, that when he got his arm that first
because he
time.
just like keeps getting zapped over and over again, and just
Mm.
like
Hmm.
gets
It
covered
is-
in scar tissue head to toe from getting that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Maybe
whereas
he
really
needs
is
a
pretty much
lesson
going
from
through the
Nikola
portal.
Tesla or something like that, So.
Yeah, because Claudia doesn't get scarred like that,
yeah.
and she does lots of travel.
She's smarter.
No, that
Best-
makes more sense.
Best character.
Yeah.
I love Claudia, by the way.
Had. What about that random cop who just like has nothing to do with anything apart from the fact that he literally causes the end of the universe in the first season, and then you never see him again?
He's just he's a season 2 character actually. He doesn't even appear
Oh,
till
God.
season 2, and then he's not in season 3. Yeah.
Weird how he didn't make it past season 2. I just want to know,
How about-
what did he think was in the barrels?
Like,
Yeah.
I know this is a
What is-
season
what
2
is-
thing, but what did he think is in these radioactive barrels that were buried in a concreted over pool?
He just knows it's the secret, and yeah, it seems like a
He's
risky
on a
thing to
roll,
just
I
crack
think.
open.
Yeah.
yeah, especially when there's like people who work there saying like you shouldn't be doing this, and
Yeah, take it
Charlotte
with
is there
jackhammers.
going like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like,
didn't we
Hey,
A
as an
jackhammer.
employee of this nuclear power plant and as a nuclear physicist, I really think you should stop doing this.
Yeah, instead of just straight up refusing, just going like,
Yeah.
well, be it on your head. But
I
yeah,
want to know
you're
where
right,
they got
Nelly.
the jackhammers from.
Like they had
Like, oh, we
everything
just had this in the
sitting
cupboard.
there. Yeah, ready to get it back up whenever they wanted.
And who thinks that jackhammering at toxic material is a great idea through concrete without wetting it down at the same time?
The weird cop guy.
Yep.
Because surely
about
there's
the-
more
oh,
of
yeah.
them. They can just mob him. Just like tackle him to the ground and stop him. I don't know. Anyways, that part just didn't vibe with me. But anyway. Oh, but then the murder trio, how there's the synchronicity of them doing stuff
Mhm.
in the background to make a lot of that kind of stuff happen too. That was pretty cool. I did like that bit.
How about the fact that Tenhouse's granddaughter's name is Charlotte, and that there was one bit in our season 2 recap where Nelly, you say about Charlotte, she's a bit self-centered. She thought it was all about her. Well, it kind of is a bit about her in the end. Mind you, it's not actually her. It's they just
Charlotte,
share
yes, it's her
share a
namesake.
name. But
Mm.
I really liked Charlotte until season 3.
With Ulrich?
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
nah.
I
you're
thought
out-
she had more
You're out of my
substance
good
than
books
that
now.
I don't find the allure of
Okay.
Ulrich.
I don't know that I felt the same way about her in season 3. I guess, because they kind of mess up their kids a bit in Jonas's world, and she's sort of in that relationship that's not really working, and the kids are sort of going crazy. She's sort of, I don't know. Lots of people don't necessarily end up with people that are good for them. That doesn't make her bad in that world, in my mind, I guess.
I just thought
I just want to
she
see
was-
Cass judge her like she's been judging Ulrich this whole time.
Judging. Yeah, but I mean, she had the whole like in that world. Did she know that she knew that her husband had been having an affair as well? I guess.
Her husband wasn't having an affair in that universe.
Oh, he was the priest.
He was the priest.
Because he was a priest.
But he
Oh,
was.
but he's in the church with Benny.
Yeah, I don't think they're having an affair though. Don't.
I took that scene to mean that was like a lover's tryst that she
Yeah,
kind
fair
of interrupted.
Fair enough.
But
They don't really address it. They don't say a yes or no. But yeah, I
But
guess
it's more that they make
not
that
really
connection
important.
again, I think.
Yeah.
no.
That they found each
No.
other, regardless whether they are having a sexual relationship or not. They have a connection.
Yeah.
In
But
that
because
way.
he's
They're
a
soulmates.
priest and not a psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever,
He's got more of an impediment.
he doesn't have access to the drugs that
Mm.
then get given to Benny in Jonas's world that helps them transition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool. And I did like how it was flipped that it wasn't Elizabeth that was mute
Deaf.
or deaf. It was Francisca.
Francisco.
Yeah.
And Waller lost an arm, and we don't know why.
And
And-
Helge was, it wasn't
Yes.
his ear, it was his eye.
Yeah.
I had
But
in
it
that
was
last
still Ulrich.
episode, I had completely forgotten about the yellow room. Did you remember that, Lee?
I
And
just have to go and say goodnight to my son again. I'll be
oh, sure.
No worries.
In a
Just
couple
when you
of-
asked her a question.
Did
But
you remember
how
that
is-
then? I'd completely forgotten about that. Yeah, the yellow room, how it was all. Do you know what I'm talking about? Instead of
No.
the blue room with the blue wallpaper, where they do
Children's
the
wallpaper,
testing
yeah.
in the chair, where they come through the wall. In that last episode, because you didn't watch it again, did you?
No,
Recently, you didn't.
no.
No,
I've already watched it like 3-4 times.
There's a copy of that room with yellow wallpaper where Oh, hang on. What is it?
But
Who
the
ends up
difference
dying there?
in that one is that Helga gets assaulted a lot later in his life than as a
Mm.
child.
Yes, that's true because Ulrich goes back and attacks adult Helga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about that until it got to it.
And that
Because
and
it happened so briefly, it's not
and
on for long.
If I'm not mistaken, that was actually after old Helga came back to try to kill adult Helga to stop him,
Yes.
but ended up dying himself.
Yes.
I'm back now, by the way.
Welcome. Okay, go, Michael.
I was just asking if you remembered the yellow wallpaper room, because I didn't remember it until it popped up again.
The alternate 80s room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if I remembered.
I totally thought you said the ultimate 80s room for a moment. No. They said alternate. Yeah, okay. Get it? Okay. I was like, I want that ultimate 80s room.
Maximum 80s.
Exactly.
Another question. When you were watching it, and I didn't notice it at the time, but when you were watching it, did you clue on to the photo in the Origin world that showed Claudia with Bernd?
No,
And
I definitely
Wasn't
didn't.
until you guys showed it to me afterwards.
it's so important, really. You know, it's sort of the key to everything.
When are we shown it though? I think
When
I
we
must
go
have
back
just
to the Origin world.
blinked and missed, I think.
Yeah.
It's crazy how important Regina is to the entire storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Even
she
though
doesn't really do a lot.
really affect it or do anything. Like
Yeah.
she's almost like the heart of the story, but only because she is Claudia's motivation.
She matters to Claudia, yeah. And where Tronte
Claudia's
suffocates her
Hugo.
as well. That was sad too.
Claudia's only partly be able to figure it out when no one else can, because she knows that Bernd is the father and not Tronte.
Oh, that was also creepy too.
So
when
Yes.
he
when
sees her as a
sees
young
little
child.
girl, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bun, bun.
I thought it was a really
Burn.
creepy scene, but then I was like, oh no, like, you know, nothing happens with them later. We've seen them grown up. And then,
We see them.
and then it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it definitely is.
A bit of ick.
But some of it also makes more sort of sense afterwards as well, about how Regina ends up with the kind of mansion that, you know, Bernd
Yeah, inherited it.
used to
Yeah,
live in.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it was the hotel.
I think you assume early on that it's just because old mate has
They
a lot of
bought it,
money
maybe, or yeah.
and they've just bought it as a bit of a passion project for her or something.
I didn't even make that link. Geez. See, I've watched it so many times and there's still things that I didn't know.
I think you've forgotten, or you might have missed some of the conversation, Ben, because I actually didn't realise that that house was the one that ended up being the hotel. And we were talking about
that's what I
in
I
that
missed.
channel about. Yeah, we were talking that. I think I was saying, oh, isn't it weird that house doesn't like it's this massive house in the same town? Isn't it weird that it doesn't exist? And then I think Lee
But he
said,
also
or we realised.
We had a whole conversation about what happened to it. Like, why is Helga
Or did it get
in the
shot down in
cabin?
the war or something?
That we
Or
have a house, and we theorized all sorts of things, and then I found online it was the hotel.
I
But
completely missed
really-
that.
of course it
Yeah.
is.
Bern is really dismissive of Claudia, though, when she takes over control of the power plant. I felt that as not a very, like, if he was having a relationship with her, that didn't come across at all.
Do you think maybe he was trying to sort of protect her a little bit, like you can't get in trouble for what you don't know, kind of thing? Or
I
you
don't know,
can't
I
doing a lot of dodgy stuff at that nuclear plant that she
Yeah,
didn't know
I think
about.
I'd have to go back and rewatch it. But in no way did you make any connection. But Sean's right, yeah. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
And because they only really sort of explain it with that photo at the end, you know, they don't linger on
There
it
was
a
no
long
other
time or
connection.
anything either. Yeah, but it's how she knows
How she made the
when
connection.
when Eve can't figure it out.
But no, that was very good.
So
One thing that I sort of found pretty weird at the end, though, is that, like, given how sort of central Charlotte, or a character with Charlotte's name, is to the whole story, and about the fact that it was the granddaughter of
Tannhaus.
how we don't see a Charlotte in the final scene. Like, we see all the other people outside the knot, but we don't see a Charlotte.
Oh, Tannhouse's actual Charlotte. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been cool to have her at that table. Really cool.
Yeah, there must be a reason.
My
And
theory is
apparently,
running late.
you go. Oh, yeah.
And then
she's
she
running.
She's not very
then
good
the
at
power
keeping
went out,
time, is that
yeah.
what you mean?
Yeah, the power goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should get a watch.
But they also don't live like that. They don't live in. I want to call it Kepler, but that's not where it is.
Winden.
London.
Winden.
Winden.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
a different
Kepler a
word
star
entirely.
or something like that?
No, Kepler's. It's a town in a D&D podcast that I'm listening to.
Oh, okay.
And one of the cool
No,
things
it's
I
not
learned
even
from that.
D&D. It's Monster of the Week. But anyway, yeah, they don't live there. Remember, they're only visiting there. That's why they try to leave.
But it's Claudia's house, I think, and that's why the photo's there. I think it says on the Dark Wiki, it says something about that it's Claudia's house, I think. But weirdly, if you're on that wiki and you try and look up those Origin World characters, you can't really get to them in the tree, but the pages do exist for them,
It's weird.
which is something we kind of found as well.
I
As
think
in
it's
not
really
discovering
sad
the
that
pages.
all the teenagers don't exist. Like all the teenagers, all the kids are gone.
Mm.
Magnus
Yeah.
and all his cool hairstyles.
All
You mean
that
all
teen
the characters
angst.
that they made us care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Shani's
didn't
very
really care
frustrated
about
right now.
Waller and his brother Benny are like side characters. The only ones are like Peter Doppler and Katarina. They're the other ones, and they were still kind of side characters to the Martha and Uranus
characters.
affair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that
But
teen
it makes
angst that
sense
we
in that
sat through
timeline.
in season 1 and season 2, completely wasted.
The thing it always
I
makes
can't
me think of,
believe-
though, is just how much of season 1, like how narrow the scope of season 1 is. Like when you think about all the different time periods and the different worlds and the split kind of world of
Yeah.
one of them, that the scope of season 1, even though it does cross time and
think you should,
go to the future at
Ben,
the end, it's still so
when you edit
narrow.
this, you should add so if you go to the Dark website where you look at it episode by episode, you should start at number 1 and then just run that line across to the end of season 1 so you can see where the little lines are, and then you go to
Oh,
season
make a
2
little
and it
animation.
gets bigger. Well, add
The
it.
look
and
on
then
your face, Ben.
It really
the
sounds like Nelly's
disdain he's-
volunteering to learn animation and video editing. To me.
just-
Michael's the
like,
only one who knows
just
animation at the
copy it.
moment.
I do now, recently.
just caption it, copy it as you're playing it on the screen. The
Yeah, I
website.
can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will I do it? Is another
Is
question.
another Because I
think the
did that
scope
once
of
I
season
finished
1
watching.
had to be that limited in order to get a season 2 and 3, because otherwise no one would have followed it enough to bother wanting to watch any more of it.
And I'd
Yeah,
say the
because
budget stuff,
because the
they didn't have
initial,
money.
the whole concept of the show originally was what happened to Mikkel. For like half the season, that's what it was about. So
And then it's the quandary of, I, Jonas, know what happened to Mikkel, but I will cease to exist if I do anything about it.
yeah.
It's all very small-minded in comparison to how big-minded you have to be at the end.
Yeah, like, look, I know that if we do this, we're going to stop existing, but hey, let's do it anyway. I think.
But then
I
he
think-
couldn't because he would have stopped himself, if that makes sense.
No, I mean,
he did
right
stop
at-
himself. Yeah.
right at the end, basically, because in the last 1 or 2 episodes, he has. I think it's the final episode. He has to convince Marta, "Hey, look, we need to do this, but it does mean that we're going to die. Not that we're going to die, that we're just going to stop existing."
But I
And
think
at
he felt
that
it.
point, those characters have those versions of those
connection.
characters
Have
have
never
not
met.
actually met.
Yeah.
But she felt the draw of him as well, though. Like, so it wasn't just her brain logically saying, "Okay, well, yes, I'll do this." It was all of her, basically.
I get it. It's
The
like
emotional side
when
of
I
stuff
see
as
a
well.
pack of Tim Tams in the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
for it.
It doesn't
when I
really
went
matter whether
shopping
it's a
tonight,
flavour you've
getting
seen
the ice
before
cream.
or a completely new one. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. They're there. I must eat them.
Until they're not there.
It was your
Were they
favorite
ever
line
really
at the
there?
end, Ben. It was you. It was all. What was your line between Jonas that he always says to Martha? What was it?
Oh, we're perfect for each other.
That one. Yes, and that was.
Yeah. What is it? The parcel.
Even though they
Perfect.
sort of kill each other, kind of.
Mm.
Well, definitely Adam kills a Martha. Martha,
Kills
yeah,
her.
gets him, kill him, right?
Jonas. Yeah.
Mhm.
They kill each other. That's how close they are.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, hate is a very close association to love.
Marta in season 1, and I think somebody asked me, like, what do you think about Marta in our season 1
It was
recap?
Yes,
And
I
like,
did.
I was like, nothing. Like, she's a woman-shaped object.
She's not going to end up being important, is
Yeah,
she?
there for Jonas to just fawn over and like
Yeah.
as a driver for him, but she's got no personality and she's not interested.
Oh, we haven't even talked
So she's
about
like
Martha's
nothing.
boyfriend in the
In
other
season
world.
3, yeah.
Alien.
Yeah,
Yep.
who's the brother of the first kid that goes missing. But does he
It is
exist
cool that
in the Jonas world?
I'm pretty sure we do. I think he's that other actor in the play that she's in season 1.
Ah, okay. Yep.
The one that's got the black mark across his eyes. The
Yeah.
makeup.
Whereas Jonas doesn't naturally exist in her world.
Mm.
Oh, was it Lee that brought up the connection with Ariadne? Is that the thing that they're playing out? That storyline is quite similar. Because wasn't Ariadne the one that had the brother, the Minotaur? Is that
Yep.
that one?
I
Yeah.
think that was me. Maybe
Yeah, it was-
maybe Lee
Okay.
said it.
All right.
too.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, Ariadne does the whole I can't remember who he is. Theseus maybe comes to the island and she knows her brother is stuck in the
maze.
her brother is
Labyrinth,
the Minotaur in the maze,
That's
and
one.
she gives him the string to be able to go in but find his way back out. So he goes in, slays the Minotaur, comes back out, and then takes her, and off and away they go. But then he drops her on an island while she's pregnant and runs away with someone else. I can't remember who. So I was wondering how closely like that storyline would connect to what was happening, because there were so many references to it
Yeah.
throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, and they definitely have sort of that red, string or rope or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And whenever you
cave.
see it, it's always really strongly about sort of fate.
Yeah.
Um,
And the Aurora Borealis
You mean
is on
Ouroboros?
her.
Snake
I
eating its own
like
tail?
that.
Ouroboros.
The
Ouroboros?
bracelet
Yeah, that's
ends
the
up
one,
in
yeah.
the cave.
That's
Yeah.
what it is if you see that shape
Not
in the
the
sky.
Aurora Borealis, which I
In
think
Red
is what you
Dwarf, they
started.
call it our Rob or Ross.
Ouroboros. Which, the snake eating its own tail, which is basically what the whole show is about.
How do we like that Claudia, best character in the show, Claudia's notebook, the cover of it is basically the answer to everything.
Yes, the triptych. That was cool.
Didn't pick up on it.
It's got the 3 points.
Yeah.
That's on the door too, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
And yet none
It's
of us
everywhere.
guessed there was a secret third world, guys.
Well, I knew
on.
watching the
The
third
Martha
time.
wall was
I didn't know the second time.
Wasn't the symbols in the Martha world different to the Jonas world as well? On the doors?
well,
Because weren't they the infinity one?
The phrase was definitely different. I can't remember. Sorry.
But yeah, there's a little bit different, I think, in that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sigmund
So I know we've
something.
we've mostly spoken like very glowingly because obviously a few of us came in like really liking the show. But I mean, there's definitely things you can sort of pick at as well. And Cass, like you said a couple of things already. What did you think in the end overall? Are you happy you watched it? And what are the main things that you feel like didn't hit?
I'll go first.
Yeah, anyone, yeah.
I really enjoyed it because it's not dumbing it down. There's so much for you to think about and like try and connect in your head. There's so many things going on, and yeah, they're not dumbing it down to us like a lot of stuff that you get these days.
Definitely.
Reckon.
Yeah, because they're not assuming that the audience is going to be as thick as two bricks. So I really enjoyed it because it was so more mentally stimulating than other entertainment that you can watch.
It does demand a lot.
But it had a lot of supportive material for its demand. If like I found the visual help with the website thing was really good.
Oh, can you imagine watching this show without that website? I know I didn't, because I didn't know the website existed the first time I watched it.
Yeah. Oh, and even replaying that first scene in episode 1, season 1.
Yeah, where they show you everything.
They showed the people with the pictures of themselves next to each other. That unless you'd seen further, that you wouldn't have any correlation to, really. But I can clearly remember Ben saying to Michael on the couch, "Man, they give so much away."
Hey, Cass, have you got a dog there bothering you? Because I know I do.
Top 3. Hold on, I'll get this one. Here's one you haven't seen yet.
Oh, I've seen that
one.
one.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Here's my little old man. He's 14.
Hello.
Buddy.
I think that I think I've said most of my bugbears, but one thing that annoyed me, but at the same time at least explained something, was when I think it might have been the first episode of the second season, or it was the last episode of the first season, when you saw that scene where the body comes through into the bunker, and then Claudia arrives and she says, "We've got to put Ulrich's brother where he's supposed to be found."
Yep.
And I was like, so they just could have been showing us stuff all along. I don't know why. But in my head, I was like, we're not seeing things because they're not happening, or because, and in my brain, I was like, okay, so we're just like deliberately being left out of the loop. And it was such a weird thing.
Feeding us.
But I think I felt like I was so intimately connected to the show at that point. Like I had been sucked in so hard that I was like, I had my blinkers on almost. And I was just like, there can't be things happening outside of what I'm seeing.
Well, what I liked about that scene was that Tronta is that child's grandfather, and so Claudia's telling him, "Yeah, just go chuck his body over there."
Yeah, father. Yep.
Father.
Oh yeah, father. Sorry, yeah, you're right.
It's Mads. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So, but aren't you glad you watched
we at
it?
the time are strongly suspecting. Yeah.
Very glad I watched it. It definitely. I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't think about it a little bit, like thinking about some little haunting part of it that just like pops into my head. Like, you know how sometimes you'll read a book or something and it'll just have that like lingering effect on you. I feel like this show definitely did that for me.
If you ever do watch it again, and not that you will, but if you do, I guarantee that you'll be like, oh, look
There's
at that.
a lot.
So
Yeah.
There is.
You also have a lot of moments where
bin.
you also have moments where you're like, oh, that is something, but I can't remember why or what that meant or what. I just remember that was important. Like, because you sort of forget all the connective tissue bit, but you can just look up the wiki or whatever it'll tell you. It is definitely something that is like pretty interesting on a repeat view.
Lee, did you read the wiki as you were going? Is that correct?
Yeah, I was just constantly looking stuff up on the wiki.
Did you find
During
that?
this rewatch or the first time?
During the rewatch.
Oh, okay.
How did you find that changed your viewing experience?
Yeah, it was really good. Just able to kind of solidify those connections that I didn't quite remember. And because I'd seen it all, I wasn't worried about spoiling myself. So I was able to really look up what everything is, even
I
if it
did
hasn't been revealed
Going
yet.
back in the spoilers channel, how you did the side by sides of a few bits and
Ah.
pieces of the first and the second world.
Mm.
I did enjoy
Yeah.
that.
Ha-
That was awesome.
Cool.
Have you read all of that? Not. I was expecting you to say you hadn't read it actually, but I was curious whether either of you had gone back and read that spoiler channel
I did.
and
Okay.
just
I
some of
quite enjoyed
the things you were kind of saying in the channel as we were going that we were talking about. Like, yes, sometimes off base and sometimes like really on base, and we're just
Mm.
like, oh, they're so close.
There were definitely times when
they-
you guys said something, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, how could they possibly know
Bang,
this?"
spot on with that one.
I guess
you
the
mean
creators left clues you didn't see.
we
Yeah.
didn't catch that,
And-
Cass.
Oh, I just said I think Katie made a few good calls. Like as I was
She did that in
watching
Twin Peaks as well.
episodes. Yeah, as I was watching episodes, I go, Katie, that. Like, I can't remember anything specific now, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So going back to Katie, she commented, "So the more I've processed the ending, the more I appreciate it. I think I just found it a little anticlimactic at the time. I do love how
Yeah,
they
okay.
fixed it. I think it was just the final scene that left me wanting a little more."
That's
I
a
just
nice
wish
feeling to
that
have.
we didn't
Scene
find
had
about
been a little
Paula.
bit longer. Like if it had a, I don't know, instead of being, because there was quite a long monologue from Hannah, which if you were in that
Yeah.
room with her, you would be like, okay, that was a weird thing to say. And if you were, and as the people watching it, we knew exactly what it was referring to.
Just didn't
So
you
it
get
was
deja
like-
vu or something?
Mm.
Yeah, she talks about having deja vu, but she talks about it for like a minute, and she talks about like she goes really in depth and says some really dark shit. And it kind of, I don't know, like for me, I was like, I would have rathered just know where people are at in their lives rather than have that, I think. Like, and then she could have just gone like, oh, I just had a deja vu, like at the end or something.
And then
And
say,
they all
"And let's
said
call him
like to the
Jonas."
end of Wyndon or something, and
Yeah,
it's like
they
if
all
you
still
have
hate
no
Wyndon.
idea. It's like you have no idea.
Cool.
How about the fact that Sonia, who dies in the car crash, sort of is an anagram of Jonas, and then there's Marek and Martha.
Hold on,
Look
Sonia.
at Cass's face.
What now?
Is that the daughter-in-law?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's just clever.
Yeah,
Jones are just clever, aren't they?
very.
Oh God.
I don't remember what else I was going to say. I think we've hit on most of them.
Great show. Claudia's the best.
It was a lot of fun being able to talk about it while you all watched it, and I had fun watching it again and going through it all.
I enjoyed shit stirring and just stirring the pot constantly and just trying to convince you
You're
that
very
your
good at
wild
not
theories
disclosing things.
are
Yeah.
correct.
But I'm keen now to go back and read the spoilers and be like, who was right, who was wrong, who was completely off base, what kind of.
There were
wild
definitely
shit.
times when you guys would say something in the channel and I would link it back to the spoiler chat and say, "Oh my god, did you see this?
There was
This is
some really
incredible."
good stuff.
Yeah.
I know this is no good to anyone else who happens to stumble upon this video because they're not going to see this channel, but
It's a really long read as well. I did it when I was sick.
Oh, also the scene where Tront comes across not Tronta. It's what's his name? The cop guy, Egon.
Yep.
Yeah.
But old Egon comes across Hannah, and I presume she's miscarrying the baby.
Yeah.
Did she die? Like, what happens there? Because it never gets
Hang on, which scene?
resolved.
Well, she must lose that baby, and then Egon takes her back to the past to meet up with his younger self so that she can have a different baby, which is Celia. It's really
in the alt timeline.
yeah.
Like that's the point of him being there. Because
The point of him being there is that he's got to take her back to the past because she's got to meet young Egon and get pregnant.
Oh my god, that is wow. Thank you for that. Wow, because I was just like, I don't know. I guess they die in the apocalypse, and the whole point of him going to her was just to watch her have a miscarriage.
That's sort of creepy. It's like, hey, the grandpa version of me is just going to bring you back to hook up with the younger version of me.
Just so you can have a baby that I don't help you raise. Like
that's just going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Also in childbirth.
Yeah.
I need to talk about how much you like Claudia, but yeah, I quite like Egon as well. He's got his faults for sure, but I like him.
They've both got this desperate.
He got dealt
kind
a bad hand. Yeah, he did not have it very good. Lots of bad stuff happened to him.
Though.
I've just remembered the other thing I was going to ask about. Right at the start, Lee had was putting together like a spreadsheet of which characters did kind of evil things, like almost like keeping a tally of who, because just about everybody does stuff that when you look at it from an observer, you go, it's pretty off. What was the sort of result of what you found, Lee?
Yeah, I think I forgot to keep up with it from season 3.
Season 3.
Yeah, my whole point was trying to find somebody who's the least bad. And part of me wants to vote for Hannah. She doesn't do any murders. Like everybody else.
She convinces a lot of people to be very upset with themselves, and she instigates a lot of stuff.
I'm very disturbed by you trying to paint Hannah as a good person.
Not a good person, but she's not a murderer. Everyone else is murdering.
She can ruin lives in all sorts of other ways.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed this.
She ruins life, but she doesn't end them.
What about Regina? Does Regina kill anyone? I don't think she does.
No, I don't think Regina kills anyone.
No,
she should have.
She sort of goes through a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
What were you going to say, Nelly?
I just remember, I can't remember which season it was in, but whether we talked about it or not already, but the scene between Michael and Jonas, like as the dad and
that's in
son,
season 2.
Yeah, I just remember it being so sad.
It was very sad. He's so desperate. He's so desperate for him to survive. But he was actually the impetus.
I reckon Michael is
thought that was the starting point because it doesn't nothing starts when he.
Well, Jonas is convinced that if he stops his father from killing himself, then it's all going to be fine. But it's totally not the case at all.
And that's a really selfish way to be thinking about it because the issue at the time is Mikkel is missing. So it's like you just need to go back in time and not make him.
But Adam could totally have stopped him and told him, no, that's not going to fix anything. But he wanted him to go back because he knew that
he would see
him going back would be the thing that would get him to kill himself, and that would just cause everything to happen. Yep.
Oh.
And around we go.
Yep.
I just, at all times, I was like, why doesn't someone just run away to Japan or something?
I remember your comment in I think it was season 1 where you were just constantly, why don't these people talk to each other?
Yes.
Communication.
They're all on their own solo quests with no conversation. Miscommunication trope.
If you try to do something off the rails, your gun misfires or whatever. It just doesn't
that's very
work.
true. Very true.
Well, this was really fun doing this all together. It would be cool to do it with something else as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are lucky. You've gotten out of watching Twin Peaks.
Very lucky. You dodged that bullet. Sean's pretty wishing that was all misfires.
What is Twin Peaks?
Oh, well, let us... No, I'm kidding. It's an old American.
3 hours of television to show you and then us talking about it for twice as long.
Yeah, in between,
like
listen to us
Towers?
rabbit on. Yeah, exactly like Faulty Towers. There's a hotel.
There's
I
time
think
travel
it-
bullshit.
There's
I think
chaos.
it's more significant if you experienced it in the correct time. Whereas we
Yes.
watched it all back and it's like, gosh. I'm
Yeah, so
really glad I
originally aired.
yeah.
Well, the first and second season aired in 89 and 90. 1989 and
If I
1990.
had watched it when I was 2, you mean?
Well, let's just say I wasn't 2. I was
I think I was
definitely in my teens when
67
that
ago.
happened. Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't want to ask
Dark.
you, but
Dark.
I'm-
I want to
I'm
know.
Try and talk someone else into watching the terrible show.
Ben doesn't look old. He doesn't
No,
look
he
his age
doesn't.
at all.
No,
He's well preserved.
Yeah, it's my moisturizer. But yeah, we won't make you watch that. But we are talking about the next show that we're going to watch, which you may have already watched. Hopefully, you didn't. Is Severance.
Well, if you have, then you can be on the other end of it, like we were, having already seen it once. Yeah,
is it about awful people doing awful things?
There's definitely
Is it like
awful
a
people.
Businessmen being in
It's on
business.
Apple TV. Don't look up anything about it if you've not watched it, and you are more than welcome to join us. So basically, it'll just be we'll watch one episode a week, and then we'll just gather and just talk about what happened in the episode.
Is Matthew
It'll be a while
McFadden
yet,
in
though,
it?
won't it?
Sorry, what was that? Who said what?
Nelly
You go
said
first.
something.
No, you go first.
I said, is Matthew McFadden in it? I think we've had this conversation.
No, Matthew. I don't know who that is.
Oh. He's Mr. Darcy.
No, he's definitely not in it. It's got. No, I see. I've forgotten his
Adam
name
Scott.
now. Adam Scott. Thank you. It's got Adam Scott in it, and he play. It's. I don't want to tell you. I actually don't want to tell you
As
anything
in
about it.
Adam Scott, as in Han Solo and Leia's son. Adam Scott? No.
What?
No,
No.
Adam Driver.
Parks and Rec.
That Adam
and,
McFadden.
Totally the opposite.
Adam
There you
Scott
go.
from Parks and Recreation
Right. Yep.
and many
Oh.
other things.
He plays the devil in The Good Place or something, is he? No, not the devil. He plays one of the characters
Correct.
in The Good Place.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I do poorly with shows like where everybody's just a terrible person. And...
No. This show is not like that.
No,
Okay.
Have you watched it, Leigh?
I've watched it.
Okay.
He's like, how dare you?
But would you say that everybody's a terrible person in that?
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
not at all.
Yeah, I've tried to watch a few like business people type shows, like Suits.
Oh,
And was
I
like,
can't
well,
watch that.
everyone-
Everybody's horrible.
Everyone sucks,
Yeah.
and I can't get on board because I can't root for anyone.
That's why I can't
Yeah.
watch Game of Thrones, because everyone is terrible.
Not bad, then.
Yes, another one. Yes. Yeah.
Brienne
No,
of Tarth isn't terrible.
yeah, but you have to get so far in before you meet her, and then can root for her, and then are scared she's going to die at every minute.
Yep. I don't want to like her too much, just in case.
Sorry, guys. I need to go wee.
Okay, all
Are
right.
we
All right.
going
I'm going to stop.
I think we're
I'll stop
done.
my recording.
I mean, you can
Okay.
hang around if you want, but the video's over.